Hi, my name is Lydia. I teach at Waiʻanae High School. I have been at the high school since 2018. I started teaching 9th grade English, stayed in 9th grade English up until 2024, and then I switched to instructional data coaching last year in 2024. After 4 years of teaching 9th grade English, I was appointed to course select lead, which is just the lead of the course team at the school. I wasn't an alumni at Waiʻanae High School, but I did grow up in Makaha. I attended Myron B. Thompson Academy for high school and graduated in 2014. What made me return to teach at Waiʻanae High School was that's still my community. That's still where I grew up. When we came to West Oahu, I think I was like a lot of our students where I kind of wanted to go away. And that didn't end up happening for me. And then I ended up coming here because West Oahu was my backup, right? But I think it worked out the way it needed to because I think being on this campus and being asked to go back to my community to teach through this program really helped me to appreciate it in ways I didn't think I did when I was in high school. Taught us here and perpetuated here was commitment to your community. Dr. Ikeda and Dr. Kamai really emphasized to us like going back into your community to teach is important. This program kind of pushing us in that direction and then actually teaching at Waiʻanae High School and in the community. Now, I think when you're in high school, you want to go like where the cool stuff is, right? You want to go where like the city is or where there's action happening or stuff like that. But then as an adult, I learned to appreciate the quality of the people in Waiʻanae and the sense of community and the way we like take care of each other. You need to be aware of your surroundings because you could easily be influenced by those surroundings. Like being at Waiʻanae High School, it's the low expectations of the students, right? And then there's these like practices that kind of perpetuate those low expectations. If a goldfish is swimming in a dirty fish pond, eventually they forget that the water is dirty. So in teacher's situation, that was the metaphor, was if a teacher's swimming around in a dirty fish pond too long, then they eventually forget that the water's dirty. When I first started at Waiʻanae High School, there wasn't a lot of like homegrown teachers. There's a lot of older homegrown teachers. There wasn't a lot of new guys coming in at that point. When I came in, there was 20 new hires. There was 20 new hires, and I was the only one with the teaching license, and I was the only one from the community. So I was coming back to West Oahu to help with the new teacher Hui's, right? I think allowed me to see that the water was still dirty. Like I didn't forget that the water was dirty. Since then, West Oahu's been able to pull out a lot more teachers to our school, and I think that's helped a lot. I don't feel as much of a need because I think when I was first there by myself, it felt like a necessity. Like I wasn't going to be able to keep going if I didn't have. But then now there's more like West Oahu graduates and homegrown young educators at the school. So it's a little easier to survive. And then the water is getting cleaner. So that's great. Going into the new position because I love teaching so much. I'm still super conflicted about being in the position. But I think it was just to make more of an impact on the school. And then this new position allows me to do that in ways I wasn't able to in a standard teacher position. But right now I'm in ED at UH Manoa. My research is on teacher retention, so I'm asking that question, like why are you still here? But I'm asking like homegrown teachers, so everybody kind of has a different reason behind why they continue to stay. Why not? I didn't go to the high school, right? So when I first started working there, it was kind of like that was the thing that kind of like hit me in my face. Is I was like, they have such like low expectations of the kids. So I think as like a new teacher, I was trying really hard to like push the kids and do all these cool things. And what I was kind of told right off the bat was, oh, good luck. Like, good luck trying to get the kids to do that. Like, our kids can't do that. You know, we have a lot of people coming from outside the community. From outside the community with it on Oahu, but then also from the continent. The savior mentality, right? They have the savior mentality. So it's just kind of like the local teachers miss out. Because a lot of the TFA guys are like from affluent communities where they're like from richer neighborhoods. They went to like expensive private colleges, and I felt pissed. I was walking around like angry my entire first year. Like I was mad at everybody there. Yeah. And then at the time, like in 9th grade English, there was a lot of oversight with the curriculum. So it was kind of like they wanted me to teach certain things or teach it a certain way, and it felt super restricting. But then like I went and I did it anyway. I got in trouble for it, but at the end of it, it was like I had the stuff from the kids to say like, look, they can do it. Okay, I feel like that draws a lot of people to like want to leave, is because it's like you feel like you're screaming into like a void most of the time. I think that's kind of like what I poured. Again, I was like teaching that the last 6 years was 9th grade English. So I kept my standards up, and then eventually, I think 3 years later, I became like the Corsa lead. So then our course content was completely different from when I first started, because we didn't keep the expectations so low. Like I tried to push the standard up. And like when I first started, I had like the high line, right? That was kind of the excuse in the beginning is, oh, you have the high kids, so that's just because you have the high kids. And then eventually I got into inclusion. It was like, these are the kids who struggle, and still they could do it. That's my kuleana, is staying to support the students in that way, especially as an instructional coach now. Like that's like, I think a huge part of my role now is pushing up the expectations for teachers of students. And then the other part of it is we're now getting more teachers from West Oahu coming in, who are from the community, West Oahu and Manoa, but mostly West Oahu. But hoping those teachers coming in, because I feel like when I first started teaching, like I felt like the crazy one. Like I felt like I was going crazy. And then getting like Angelo them from West Oahu, I feel good knowing like I can be there for them to help them feel like you're not the crazy one. Like you're doing what you need to do for the kids. So, yeah. Thank you, Campbell Foundation, for funding my student teaching and my future professional development.